So let's get to the diagram then. Whether you're asked for a diagram or not, it's always a good idea maybe to jot one down. I've got a simple diagram that we can draw in 60 to 90 seconds. It looks something like this here. Here is a headland exposed to the sea, and it's being attacked from both sides by refracted waves. As the waves come in and crash against the headland, they work on weaknesses, and the process of erosion in particular process here are hydraulic action and abrasion. So as they attack weaknesses in the headland here, hydraulic action and abrasion create a wave cut notch. Over time, this wave cut notch is acted upon again by these refracting waves, hydraulic action and abrasion, and eventually they enlarge to create our cave. Now, these sea caves are very common along our coastlines. When they are found in a headland like this, they tend to erode right through, or they can meet caves coming through from the other side. When this occurs, we find ourselves with an arch. The arch itself doesn't get worked on as much by processes of erosion from the sea, more like subaerial processes. For example, freeze thaw. Over time, this arch is weathered away and it will eventually collapse under its own weight. When it does that, it breaks off this part from the main headland and we're left with a stack. Over time, the stack will be eroded and can leave behind a stump. For example, Old Harry and his wife. When explaining our answers, we have to remember to include key terminology. It's very important to get level 3 that we use as many key terms as possible. Some examples are headland, refracted waves, the processes of erosion, including hydraulic action and abrasion. Don't forget the subaerial processes that affect the arch as well. Those include freeze thaw, biological weathering. We also have our formations. The wave cut notch turns into the cave, leads to this arch, which leads to the stack. Always nice to illustrate your answer as well. And a good example for a cave arch stack would be Old Harry and his wife along the Devon-Dorset coast. So let's recap quickly. The headland itself is attacked by the refracted waves. It finds weaknesses in the headland, usually at joints, and we get the formation of these wave cut notches. Okay, hydraulic action and abrasion are the main processes involved. As they get continually attacked, then the crack grows into a cave. And again, that cave will grow over time due to these processes of hydraulic action and abrasion working on them. Eventually, the cave will either work its way right through the headland, or it will meet another cave coming through the headland to create an arch. Over time, the base of the arch is widened by hydraulic action, abrasion, but also the top is worked upon by subaerial processes such as biological weathering and freeze thaw. Eventually, the arch gets so wide that it can no longer support the weight of the headland on top, and it will collapse in, creating a stack. Over time, this stack will eventually erode away itself and will leave behind a stump. Again, the example we used earlier was Old Harry and his wife. Have a go at the following question. With the aid of an annotated diagram, explain how one coastal landform was created by erosion. It's worth 9 marks. A similar question could be asked for a depositional landform also. The answer scheme is for a depositional landform, but the same applies for the process of erosion. As mentioned previously, level 3, an accurate and well presented diagram is presented along with a clear explanation of the chosen landform formation. Depth details are present and good use of appropriate terminology, your keywords, your process of erosion, etc. How did you get on?